Well, hi there. I am near Dubai at the Waldorf Astoria Ras Al-Khaimah, I think is the name of the city. It's about an hour north of Dubai. It's been a very interesting week. So I thought I'd make a video to kind of dialogue what's been going on the last few days. It's an interesting time and place to be in the world at the moment. For somebody who likes to avoid conflict in my life, this is a very ironic place to be. And I think I'll do a little walk around the hotel and the grounds and start with that. Well, I'm afraid that my hotel room is a little bit messy, so I'm not going to do a hotel room tour, but I will give you a little bit of a tour to show you where I've been working. And I'm really happy to say that my little Maven program is coming along really well. And since the last time I put it on the video, I started a completely new rewrite about 2 weeks ago. This is the kind of the high level screens for the application. It's running up on a cloud server, running really quick. I'm really happy with it. I think the user interface looks really good. And so that is what's happening with my programming. It's been really great, going really well. So this is up on the 7th floor of the hotel. And it is a huge hotel. This is just like one wing of it. Let me see if I can get a picture of this. Well, actually, if you look down here, you can see the section, which is actually pretty big. There's multiple sections like this. Let me see if I can get it to point up. The roof up there, and there we go. All right, I'm just walking over this way to the elevator bank, and if I can get the courage up to pull my camera out down in the lobby area, I'll see if I can get some shots down there so you can see what that looks like. It's very grand, very beautiful place to be for sure. It's about I think the hotel's about 10 years old is what they told me, and they've done some recent remodeling. It's a very nice place. Hey there, just riding down the elevator. Well, here's a shot of the lobby. And I'm too embarrassed to really walk around filming the whole thing, but it's actually very beautiful. All right, I've come outside the hotel and it is very hot out here. Let's see if I can show you some of what that exterior looks like. It's really pretty cool. So I'm just going down the stairs to there's a beach area right out there. I was here with my brother for about 4 days, and he actually left yesterday to Pakistan where he's living. And I'm here for another day. I'm going to be heading to the Dubai airport tonight. My flight leaves at 11:30 and will hopefully be leaving because, well, a couple days ago, the U.S. sent some bombs into Iran to decimate their nuclear building capabilities. And in retaliation, Iran sent some bombs over to the U.S. Air Base in Doha, Qatar, and that's really close to here. And my flight actually goes through Doha. And so luckily, Iran gave the U.S. and Qatar a heads up that they were going to do that as kind of a sign that they didn't want to escalate things. So there were no injuries. Nobody got hurt or killed, which is good. But they did close down the airspace in the United Arab Emirates, which is where I'm at, and in Qatar. And so I don't know if my flight's going to get delayed, if things heat up again. There's a truce that's been called, or a ceasefire, and hopefully that's going to hold. I hear that it's not. Anyway, I don't really know what's going to happen, but I will be finding out. So just walking around the hotel here. Yeah, it's amazing that humans have been able to create something so beautiful in the middle of the desert. And look at this water. This is not even a swimming pool. It's just a decorative pool. And just in the middle of the desert. It's probably about 110 degrees out here. The adult pool is over down that way. I'm going to walk over this way and see if I can get out to the beach and show you what that looks like. Well, so while I'm walking out to the beach, I'll tell more of my story. So about, I think 5 or 6 days ago, I flew from Da Nang, Vietnam, over here to Dubai, as I mentioned, to spend a few days with my brother. Yeah, it was about a 6.5 hour flight. Actually went through Bangkok. So flew about an hour and a half from Da Nang to Bangkok and then from Bangkok to Dubai. Never been here before. And a few days before that, Israel had started bombing Iran. So I was watching the situation closely to see if it was going to escalate or not. Being in the Middle East when something like that's going on, really wouldn't be my first choice to do. So I thought long and hard about it. I decided, well, I'll go to Dubai. I think that's going to be okay. And I was going to go to Pakistan with my brother yesterday, but given everything that happened with the U.S. bombing Iran, I thought, no, that's not going to work for me. Not going to do that. So he went back to Pakistan. That doesn't bother him at all. But I prefer to avoid conflict where possible and really have no desire to get embroiled in some kind of war that I have nothing to do with. And here's a really nice shot of the hotel. Yeah, so this is on the beach side. Really pretty magnificent. I don't know if the camera can really pick that up very well, but yeah, it's really beautiful. Okay, so back to my narrative. Trying to think. It's hard for me to do more than one thing at a time, and I'm walking, recording, and talking all at the same time. It's hard to keep my train of thought. So here's the beach. I walk out here, getting a bit closer to the water. Not too many people out here. I think it's in the summertime, it just gets really hot. And so it's not the high season for visitors, but there are a few people out here. Actually, not sure I see any people at all. There's one guy manning towels, the little booth over there, but I see a couple of people sunbathing out there, their towels. So yeah, there's probably about 5 people out here. My brother and I came out here a couple days ago and was swimming in the water. There's tons of seashells everywhere. Water's perfect temperature, really clear. We went to the beach a lot in California. We grew up in Los Altos, California, in the Bay Area. And we would go to near Santa Cruz, a place called Pajaro Dunes. And we would wear a wetsuit a lot because that water was so cold, very brown. You couldn't see through it too well, kind of murky. Pretty big waves coming in, crashing in on that Pacific coast. Beach here, it's like a lake, no waves, really nice water temperatures, very clear water, totally different experience. All right. Back to my narrative. So I came here after being here a couple days. I woke up one morning and found out that the U.S. had dropped bombs on 3 of the nuclear uranium sites, I guess, where Iran was refining or whatever they do with uranium. And so, yeah, I just decided within a couple hours after thinking about it that it was probably time for me to go back to the States, and just really didn't have any desire to get embroiled in anything. I don't want to get stranded anywhere. I don't feel concerned for my physical safety, but I like my comforts. I like at least feeling like I have freedom. Whether humans actually have freedom or not, that could be debated by philosophical arguments and other things. I think there's definitely different degrees of freedom, and I really like to have about as much as I possibly can. So I bought a plane ticket. I'm flying on business class, and my ticket from the States to Thailand, and then I was going to fly back out of Thailand back to the States in July to go back home. It was quite expensive. It's on Qatar Airways. Best business class flying experience I've ever had. And for all of the money that I spent on that ticket, it was a $9,000 round trip ticket. I would get a $400 refund if I changed my flight, the one from Bangkok back to the States, if I changed it to Dubai back to the States. So not a great refund cancellation policy on that one. Anyway, so I bought a new one-way business class ticket from Dubai back to the States for Tuesday, which is today. And yeah, like I said, I'll see if it actually happens. I think it's probably going to happen. They closed the airspace down in Doha, actually all of Qatar and the United Arab Emirates. They both shut down their airspace when Iran sent those missiles over to the U.S. air base in Qatar. But it was pretty short-lived. I think it was temporary, and it's been open now for a while. It's about 2:00 in the afternoon, and their planes are flying again. So unless something big happens, I probably have a good shot at flying out tonight. I'll be flying out of Dubai to Doha. I've got an 8-hour layover in Doha, and then I'll be flying from Doha to Dallas from there. I don't really mind having the 8-hour layover because the lounges at the Doha airport are incredible. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. If you want to have a good flying experience, fly on Qatar Airways. That is amazing. In their business class, you actually have your own little suite with the door that closes. Very comfortable, very private. They give you a full set of pajamas if you want them. Yeah, it's really pretty amazing. So I'm actually looking forward to that part of my travels. And my children, I've talked to a few of my children and they've been concerned about me, of course, and they find it very kind of ironic that their father, who loves freedom and peace, ends up being a little bit close. Yeah, I'm like 50 miles off of the coast of Iran right here where I'm at. And it's just kind of ironic that I decided to go on this trip and go see the Southeast Asia and go see the Middle East. And my timing was not the best, but it's an adventure and I've definitely enjoyed the adventure part of it. And I haven't felt worried for my safety. That would have definitely made the experience very unpleasant if that were the case. And my heart goes out to people who are affected by war and by that kind of violence and are innocent victims of it. I think that that's just a really horrible thing. And so that's definitely been on my mind too. I've been monologuing for a while. I'm pretty proud of myself as I'm walking around here. I think I'll take a break for a moment. Well, back in the elevator, back in the air conditioning. And I'm not going to lie, it feels good. Well, I'm back in my room and I can't think of anything else to say about my little adventure here, but adventurous. It's been very interesting. I've actually loved my trip. I've been on this trip for about 5 or 6 weeks now, and I feel like I'm ready to go back to the States, go back home. And I've got this Maven program that I'm ready to get customers on board. I've got some customers that are wanting to get on it, and this app is for apartment complexes to help them. It's an AI that will answer the phone and help prospective tenants schedule tours and help tenants schedule work orders if they need some maintenance things done. And it's been a really fun project to be creating this interactive AI that is helpful, and it's going to help the apartment managers quite a bit to keep track of everything and should increase the percentage of people who go from being a prospect to becoming a tenant. And I'm excited to get this going. I haven't done a big project like this for probably about 4 years, and I am really glad to know I've still got it in me. I've been programming for about 40 years since high school, and I love it. It's really great. As a neurodivergent person, this kind of travel really works for me. If you've watched some of my other videos, I just kind of shy, kind of quiet, don't like to draw attention to myself, and I am happy to just program and work on my technology and go eat really good food. Yesterday I got hungry and I ordered some fried chicken to be delivered. When I was in Southeast Asia, I could do that for about $3 or $4. Here, I think it costs 12. So I'm back in the land of higher prices, but it's been really fun to do that. And this hotel has some really nice restaurants. I went with my brother to a couple of them when he was here, and we had some really, really good meals and got some good pictures and some good memories from that. All right, I think that's it. Maybe I'll probably publish this video before I know what the outcome of my travels are going to be tonight and over the next day or so, getting back to the United States. And so with that, I'll be signing off.